Hi, I'm Mark Nickerson, First Selectman, Town of East Lyme. Welcome to another edition of Issues and Answers. If you're familiar with the program, we talk every week or every couple weeks or so to a department head or to a nonprofit organization or maybe a commission member about things that are going on in our community, the great town, the proud town of East Lyme, Connecticut. Lots of things going. Hey, spring has sprung. Sort of, but it's here. I think the weather's going to start catching up to where we're supposed to be, which means Public Works and Parks and Rec. And I was just talking to Don down at Boats Inc. today. All their prepping for their seasons have been delayed a little bit. So you'll start seeing more and more activity out and about. The Main Street Park has been delayed because, frankly, it was wintertime. We couldn't get in there. But you're going to see a lot of activity starting up very soon with all sorts of projects around town and businesses and organizations and departments that do so much prepping for the great summer we're about to have. With me today is a man of many hats. Like Parks and Rec Director, Dave Putnam, also past president of the Rotary Club. Welcome, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always nice to come.
Well, thanks for accepting my invitation. Always last minute, like about an hour before showtime, I always go, oh, I got to find someone. Dave, I am a Rotarian, so full disclosure, I'm a proud member of the Niantic Rotary Club. Before that was the Groton Ledyard Club back in the day. So I've been on and off Rotarian for almost 30 years. But I'm here today as a first selectman and to talk to the past president of the Rotary Club about all the things that Rotary does in our community, but especially what's coming up is their major event of the year called the Gala, the East Lyme Rotary Gala. Could you tell us about it? Because
Sure.
It's evolved over the years. You went to one like 20 years ago. It's much different than the one I went to last year.
It was. So a lot of people still refer to it as the Gold Gala, or where we used to raffle out gold for people, and that would have people come. So it is a Kentucky Derby themed gala, and we did it last year where we had a big screen TV set up at the Mystic Marriott, and we showed the Kentucky Derby, and everybody dressed in their hats, and kind of was a huge success last year. And so the Rotary Club wanted to do it again this year, and so it is on May 5th, that's Saturday. We start at 5:30, race starts at 6:30. We invite everybody to come and attend our gala, which is our major fundraiser for the Niantic Rotary Club.
We raise a lot of money every year for the community. It's a major fundraiser.
Absolutely. For us, between $15,000 and $20,000, hopefully, on that one event, which is a huge undertaking for a small organization like us. And a lot of people have been involved for many years. Dick and Donna Gata, Andy McCurdy, Esther Williams. I'd hate to leave anybody out, but those are the driving forces behind this whole thing. And over the years, hundreds of thousands of dollars have gone back into the community just from this.
Typically, there's a project. Typically, there's a project. Last year, the project was the band shell.
That's correct.
The band shell. So we know and love the band shell up at McCook's, and many organizations gave. And when the Rotary put on their gala last year, they dedicated the profits to that. Some of the profits, because you do so many other things in the community. But a large percentage of the profits went and were dedicated to the band shell. Other events before that.
So, that was a huge partnership.
Projects.
Yeah, that was a huge partnership with the Lions Club and the East Lyme Public Trust Foundation and the town to be able to have that great band show that's at McCook, and a huge amount of positive response regarding that. So, But Rotary does so much more than that throughout the year, from our golf tournament, which funds our scholarship program for high school seniors, to our Student of the Month program, to our, when we just go and donate our time to food pantries, or to holiday stroll, or touch a truck, or any of those types of things.
All the things that come up throughout the years
absolutely.
that Rotary is involved with.
Yes.
And so many organizations receive endowments or checks from the community, from Niantic Rotary.
Right.
$500 to this group and $1,000 to this group, and we see them come in and march through during Rotary meetings a couple times a year. It's pretty impressive.
It is. So we have a community giving grant process that Win Budding has run for many, many years and has done a great job with that. And twice a year we award local organizations anywhere between $250 and $1,000. Some are like Care and Share or the Gemma Moran Food Bank, or some of those people that might apply for some grant funding from the club, from the Natick Rotary Club. So,
Sure.
yeah.
So I mentioned you wear many hats. One of the hats you've been wearing lately is the Miracle League Field fundraiser. You're the go-to guy in our town. You're the guy who brought it to our town, the idea, and we've embraced this and said we're going to take this project on. And if you don't know, the Miracle League Field will be a field for children with physical handicaps,
Physical and cognitive disabilities.
disabilities.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be a flat field, and participation from all sorts of people around town will be able to participate and help and volunteer their time. This will go behind the Flanders School. We're raising $500,000 to put this thing on. We're already almost 25% of the way there.
We are.
So but it's going to take a lot of effort from a lot of people in our region, not just in our community. Right. The Rotary Gala this year has dedicated the funds, the profit, majority of that to go to the Miracle League Field.
Right. So we're hugely excited about that, and hope that people get behind it. Like we said before, the gala usually raises between $15,000 and $20,000, and so this year the Rotary Club has designated the Miracle League Field of Southeastern Connecticut for the funding for this, and it'll be a huge asset to our community and to our park system. So it is a fully accessible field for especially kids in wheelchairs and walkers that if they're in a challenger program, baseball program, and they're on a typical baseball little league field with dirt and grass, it's really difficult for those kids to participate. So this field will allow us to meet the needs of those kids that are on a wheelchair and a walker, and then also have their peers come in and be mentors to the kids, and that's a huge part of that. And so when it's not being used for adaptive sports, then it'll also be able to be used in the community for Flanders Elementary School during their recesses, PE classes, and then also T-ball, absolutely.
Youth sports in our town.
Yeah, and it's a huge undertaking we have a board of directors that's very active, and we're in our fundraising campaign now since November. We've raised over $100,000 towards that, and then this is going to be a huge help with the gala. That's great. Pushing us a little bit more towards, like you said, mentioned that goal of $500,000 to get a field in place. So
that's great. So we got a lot of momentum going on there. If people want to know more about the Miracle League, and then we'll go back to Rotary, there is a Facebook page. If you type in Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut or Southeastern CT.
Right, you can go to MLSECT.org.
Miracle League, Southeastern
Connecticut.
MLSECT.
Yep, .org, and we tried to make it real simple for people to be able to kind of remember that and do that. But if they Google Miracle League too, it'll bring them to the Miracle League of Connecticut, and then you'll be able to find us through that, through their website as well. We are a partner of the Miracle League of Connecticut. They've already built the field in West Hartford and have been up and running for about 5 years now. And we are mirroring a lot of their fundraising efforts and a lot of things that they did.
No sense reinventing the wheel. There's a successful program in West Hartford. We may as well grab onto that success, and we've gotten some help from them too. What great people that are involved in that field.
Absolutely. We need their support moving forward with that. So we're hugely grateful to them.
Well, so the Miracle League will be the beneficiary of the Niantic Rotary Gala. The gala is what happens at this thing. There's a Kentucky Derby thing. And by the way, last year I went out and bought the Madras sport coat and the lime green pants, and I thought I was. But I got dressed in the dark closet, and when I got to the show, I looked down and went, "Wow, do I look like an idiot?" More than usual, and but it's a fun, festive thing. Again, you mentioned the ladies are wearing the Kentucky Derby hats, and if the guys, if you have one of those funky sport coats way in the back of the closet, bring it out because you will fit right in. There's a raffle. What happens at this?
Right. So we do a live and a silent auction. The Rotary members have gone out into the community and asked people for donations for raffle prizes. So I know we have 2 Red Sox tickets behind home plate,
Oh.
which Carlin Construction has donated.
Great.
A 7-night stay at a Tuscan Villa has been donated.
Wow.
3-night stay at Lake George. There's a whole bunch of golf packages, all kinds of things that we know that people will come and bid on. We have our annual wheelbarrow full of alcohol, which usually goes for a few $100s, and so that's part of it. And then we have dancing, and we have a band there that we hope people get involved with. And then the dinner itself,
real high-end dinner.
High-end dinner, and it's a sit-down meal. Tickets are $100. It goes towards a good cause.
So if I was a couple, it's $100 for the first person, and then the companion ticket
is still $100. So we did away with the raffle part of it. It's all $100 per ticket.
So I didn't know that.
Just try to make things, streamline things, make it a little bit easier for people to understand. It was, we had 125, and then a companion ticket was 75, and so people would get confused. It's $100 per ticket, and that includes your meal. And it's a sit-down meal. It's the food has always been tremendous. It's one of the biggest compliments we get from people.
And it's a big event. There's no place in town to have this many people under a roof and have this event. So we do bring it over the Mystic Marriott, which brings some elegance to it as well. So it's pretty cool that get out of town once a year. You can only leave Niantic once a year. Go over the Mystic Marriott. So how do we get tickets? If you're a member of the community, there's a little bit of time left to get tickets. If you're seeing this and it's before May 5th, you still have a chance to go. But really, the cutoff date is
Wednesday.
Is coming up.
Yeah,
so Wednesday the 2nd.
2nd, I believe. Right, correct.
Where do we go to get tickets?
So they can contact me at the Park and Rec office. They can get tickets through Dick and Donna Gaeta or Esther Williams. So if you go to Guys Oil, see Dick Gaeta.
Guys Oil, Route 156. Let's give him a plug. Good Rotarian. He's been doing this for 30-something years, running this thing. And go over to Guys Oil. That'd be the easiest way to get it, right?
Without question, yes. Or through me at the Park and Rec office.
Or Parks and Rec as well. And that's awesome. Now, you mentioned there's raffle prizes all over. There are so many businesses in our community that give so much. Because I'm a business owner in a neighboring town, and I probably get 5 requests a week for different donations, and I can't give insurance away, but donations to things or sponsorship of things, and the businesses in our community care and support the community so much. So the beneficiary is our citizens, and I want to just take a second and go, you know what? We don't do that enough. We don't thank all the businesses, the restaurants, the knick-knack shops all over town, and then the businesses that just donate money to sponsor banners at the Little League field or ads in the program. I just saw the guys from the Lions Club were going to be putting on that 4th of July art show again, and businesses put ads in the book and all that. Thank you, businesses of East Lyme and surrounding communities. We couldn't do what we do and raise the money we raise and have the town we have without you. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Ditto on that without question.
And you and I are both members of many organizations that are always out there asking these businesses. It feels like, but the well never runs dry because these businesses realize supporting the community is good for business as well. So,
and I like to think that they see that the Rotary Club puts that money back into the community. So whether it's the Rotary clock that was put in a couple of years ago, the band shell, playscapes at McCook Point Park, electronic message board for the town hall, electronic message board at the high school. So all that money that it goes back into the betterment of the community, and really,
it's a good point.
Yeah, I'd like to think that it's a good relationship,
well,
a good partnership.
We are on the cusp of great weather, beach weather, if I dare say that. I don't want to jinx us and get another snowstorm at the beginning of May, but here we go. We're getting ready for the beaches and the ball fields. We've probably cut the grass once already, and we're out there. We're chalking the lines on the ball fields and all that. Tell me about Parks and Rec. While we can kind of segue from the Niantic Rotary to Parks and Rec a little bit. You're getting ready for another season.
We are getting ready for another great beach season. We get busier and busier every year, which is, I think, a testament not only, I like to think, to the Park and Rec Department, but also to the improvements that have been made downtown. and the boardwalk, and a whole lot of things have come together that I think Niantic has become a destination spot now, where people are coming and spending some time here and enjoying it and then coming back. Whether it's the restaurants on Main Street or I like to think of a little bit as our beaches in our parks.
Sure.
They're clean and
Sure.
and accessible and that kind of thing. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to another great season in managing that.
Any changes or improvements?
We are. We can talk about Cheney Park right off the bat,
Sure.
which is one of the entrances to the boardwalk. We're excited that hopefully this summer we can get rid of the porta potties that have been down there, and we're bringing in a trailer. High-end trailer would be as nice as or nicer than what we have at the Hole in the Wall or at McCook. It'll be electricity, running water, and so it's portable enough too that if a storm's coming up the coast that we can hook up to it, get it out of there, because the Cheney Park is in a floodplain. So that's something I think we're really excited about, and that's one of our biggest complaints is that we don't have a restaurant facility down there, and it'll come with a shower so people can shower off their
sand off
there before they get into their vehicles and stuff, and just make it a better experience for our users when they go to Cheney Park. And we're extremely excited about the park too at the end of Pennsylvania Avenue in the corner of Main Street, and I know that's going to start construction soon. And just even just the view now without the building there has been a huge improvement. But I think once people see what we're doing there in the grass areas and the brick area, paver area, that it'll be kind of the centerpiece as people come into Niantic. So we're looking forward to that. And appreciate everybody's help, Bill Scheer and our committee, Park and Rec Commission, on getting that moved forward, and your efforts to get that.
I can't wait. We're just on the edge of starting major construction down there, and people will see a big change coming. I know that the Rotary Club with the Parks and Rec Commission worked on a project together, and that's going to be a major enhancement this year as well.
Right. So we have the Rotary Club with the United Cerebral Palsy of Eastern Connecticut and Park and Rec and the Rotary, like you said, and I believe the Lions Club too have put monies together to purchase 2 wheelchair. Beach accessible wheelchairs, right? Correct. That also you can roll into the water. They have a flotation device on it and stuff. So we become much more. Is it like the ones
big yellow tires?
Pretty much.
Big tires that go through the sand and then right into the water.
Right. Correct.
Great.
And so that is awesome. And then the other thing the East Lyme Public Trust Foundation has done too is they have donated what is called a Moby mat, and that's a mat that'll go from as you come into the hole in the wall. We'll put the mat down, and it's a wheelchair accessible mat, and they'll be able to stay in their wheelchair and get access to the waterfront. So that mat will go from the back of our beach to the front, and we're going to do it in 2 locations, at the hole in the wall, and then also off of our handicap ramp off of the boardwalk. So then people can go down onto the beach with their wheelchairs, and then to the waterfront. And
that'd be a good spot.
Absolutely. So those 2, and another thing about partnerships and how great our community is East Lyme Public Trust saw a need, wanted to get involved with something like that, and now we've gone from, I don't want to say, we were, I guess, a little bit not user-friendly for wheelchairs to becoming more user-friendly with those people with disabilities, so that they have access to the same waterfront that everybody else does. So.
Here's a hardball question for you.
True.
So we usually, this is usually a nice PR puff piece, right? If you're tuning in every couple of weeks. But here's a tough one, and it's something that you and I have talked about, maybe separately and maybe together a little bit, is the state has gone and made all these state parks free. So now when you're registering your car, you're paying an extra $10, whether you like it or not, and that's going to give you access to all the state park systems, access for free. So you're going to be able to go to Rocky Neck if you lived in Hartford or Colchester, drive in, or East Lyme, and drive in for free as long as you have the Connecticut registration. What do you think that effect is going to have on our beach system, which is already overtaxed with out-of-towners?
Right. So I think what will happen is people will fill up that park earlier.
Yeah.
And the park we're talking about is Rocky Neck, obviously.
Yeah.
So when Rocky Neck fills up, we see a spillover onto our beaches. People they're coming from, New Britain or West Hartford or Avon to come to the beach. They're going to find going to find their way to find a beach to come for the day. So what we need to do is make sure we're managing that we're prepared for that. I'm not sure, because it's the first year that this is, but that is my expectation, that when they fill up earlier, potentially means that we could fill up earlier. And that's always a balance between our residents and our non-residents, and it's a state law that we do have to provide access to everybody. And so it is something that's talked about all the time. And since this is my 14th summer coming up, and it's talked about every single summer. And then it's just it is what it is, and we have to manage it the best we can, and move forward with that. So.
I bring it up because I think it's important that citizens know that we do talk about it. We're not blind to it. We understand. My God, it's our town beach. You have to understand that anyone can come to a town beach. We charge out-of-towners fair market value for parking in our parks, or even walking in now. We've changed some of the fee structures and for out-of-towners, and to right-size that, but it doesn't matter. I think on a hot July day, if you've been driving for an hour and you get to Rocky Neck and the car in front of you is the last car in, and you got stuck, you're gonna go find a beach. And that might mean, like you said, an earlier fill up over at Rocky Neck, which is gonna cause a little bit more stress on our system. We have talked about before getting buses or trolleys where we can park cars at the Niantic Center School. This year would be a good idea because we're going to have a lot of construction going on at our elementary schools. But maybe park at the town hall on a Saturday or Sunday, or some church parking lots that may want to volunteer find some other asphalt areas in town. Park and bring buses through and bring them down to Cheney Park, which has got a lot of sand but not a lot of parking spaces. Right. It's something we will consider, especially if we see an early strain on the system, but something that we've been holding off. It's pretty expensive and has to pay for itself. It can't be a tax burden to our citizens to get out-of-towners onto our beach. That doesn't make sense to me. Or to anyone else. So we'll keep monitoring that, and watch for communications from First Selectman's office and Parks and Rec. We'll go ahead and monitor that. But we are sensitive to that. Right. The state has some good intentions. We need to protect our state parks and make sure they're funded properly, because that brings the quality of life to Connecticut, and it's hard to find these days in Connecticut with all the negative news. Our open space and our parks are such a benefit to living here, such a big part of the quality of life. So I get what they're doing, but it is going to show some extreme strain on you, but also on Mike Finkelstein, our chief of police, and our teams down there, because we're going to have to deal with the mess of the roadways. Right.
Yeah. And I guess it's a good problem, because we're bringing, that economic,
that's a good point.
We understand that. We're bringing that economic driver down to Main Street, but we want to be a good neighbor too, and we're going to try to work our best to do that, but we are required to leave the beaches open.
We've got to keep them open for the public.
Yeah, and just know people, July 4th weekend, we typically fill up every beach, throughout the country, and celebrate East Lyme, obviously. So those days are normally. But
so there's 4 weekends right in a row. I think we're going to see a crush. 4th of July, I think, is on a Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
So the weekend before, some people are going to say that's the 4th of July weekend. The weekend after is the 4th of July weekend. The weekend after that is Sail Fest, but it's always great weather, and our beaches are just always packed. And then the weekend after that is Celebrate East Lyme, the 21st of July. Write that down, the 21st of July. So that's like 4. That's your peak.
That's huge peak. Absolutely.
Is. If you're going to go to the beach those days, get in your car early, get down there early, get a spot. Maybe get down there really early and get your spot and go out for breakfast down on Main Street to one of the great restaurants, and then come back and start doing your beach combing.
It is. And we had a few issues last year with maybe a rainy Saturday, and so then everybody loads up and goes to the beach on Sunday. So we saw a lot of that last year. It seems like if we have 7, 8, 9, 10 beach days in a row. We don't get into that. But when we go where we have a bad day,
Right.
especially on a weekend day,
Right.
that next day we know we're going to get slammed. Or if Sunday is predicted bad weather, we know we're going to get slammed on Saturday. So just, if you're going to the beaches, keep those types of things in mind. We do, that happened to
our
us 4 or
best.
5 times last
Yeah.
year, absolutely.
We try our best, and we are sensitive to it, and we'll keep looking for solutions.
Absolutely.
Let's recap. Rotary Gala is raising money for the Miracle League Field. To buy tickets to the Rotary Gala, go to Dick Gator's spot, Guy's Oil on 156. Go to the Parks and Rec Department down where the library complex is, the East Line Community Center, and get your tickets. May 5th is the gala. It's a big deal. It's $100 a person, but your money goes to a good cause, and you're going to get a good meal out of it and hang out with a lot of cool East Lyme friends and area friends. Miracle League, go to Google and look up Miracle League of Southeastern Connecticut, or MLSECT.org.
Got it.
And look at the Miracle League. If you have a business, if you work for a business who has a philanthropic side to them, some gift giving, we'd appreciate consideration for the Miracle League as we raise money for this really cool field that will be out there for those that don't have a place to go play.
Absolutely.
Dave Putnam, you're the world's best Parks and Rec director. You really are. You make my job real easy. Our town, the quality of our town is great because of our natural resources, but also because of the people that live in our town and work in our town. And Dave Putnam, you are, I can't ask for better.
Well, thank you, and it's a pleasure working for you, and it's a pleasure working for the community. What a great community. I think I said it to you. I say it to you all the time. It's a great place to live and work. It really
sure
is.
is.
And that's just not a
No,
slogan on
it
my part.
is.
It really is. It really certainly is.
I wake up every day. There's always a reason to go, wow, in this town. And I have a dozen reasons to say wow, and I'll tell you all about them next time I see you on Issues and Answers. My name is Mark Nickerson, First Selectman, signing off for this week.